يسعد مساكم واهلا وسهلا فيكم. اليوم معنا شخص مهم، تجربه ناجحه كثير بالايلتس. معنا اليوم يمام. اهلا وسهلا يمام، كيفك؟ تمام
الحمد لله.
Yamam is an expert in the pharmaceutical industry. She's worked absolutely hard for her IELTS. She scored 8,
Yeah.
a wonderful 8 ما شاء الله. يمام عملت سكور بجنن بالريدنج 8.5، بالlistening 9 full score، بالwriting 7.5 وبالspeaking 6.5 too. اليوم حنستفيد من تجربة يمام بصراحة كرمال تكون عن جد. يمام is an inspiration to everyone who wants to do their IELTS and score high. حتفيدنا كثير من خبرتها ومن تجربتها كرمال نعرف انه شو هن البوكس to be ticked in order to score that high. يمام اهلا وسهلا فيكي عن جد مرة ثانية سكاي اديوكيشن. بتحكي لنا هيك شوي بداية على مرحلتين. المرحلة الأولى كيف حضرتي للآيلتس؟
هلا اول شيء بديت تحضير بالكورس اللي سجلته هون. اكيد ممكن انا عندي خلفيه منيحه بالانجليزي بس I learned that it was all about the technique which I learned here. بلشنا شوي شوي اكيد. كنت اشتغل على كل سكشن مثل ما كنت كيف التكنيك اللي قلنا اياها. I worked hard back at home by training.
So you spend about 3 hours a day, right?
3 hours a day, yes. Practicing the homeworks and the materials you told us about in the listening, the things on the BBC, and you told us to practice it 1 hour a day.
That was the 1 hour listening practice. So you have to do an hour a day of listening just to improve your and keep up your level in listening.
Yes.
That you stuck to this.
Yes.
You did it all.
Yes. Besides, it was the vocabulary. When I practiced listening, I had a problem with the spelling.
Huh.
So you gave us some exercise on the vocabulary and how to strengthen it. I also worked hard on it, and it really improved my spelling, and I got it all right.
Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, blesses. 9 in listening means there's no one single mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Bless you, seriously. No one single mistake in the sense of picking up the right words and writing them correctly on the answer sheet. That is well done. But you must have. Let's take listening. You must have done lots of training, and that was systematic training, not random training, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you did this kind of 10 tests before you go to the real test,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes, I did it, and everyone told me that in the exam we make it better than at home because we would be more focused, and you know the headphones and the sound would be better, and it was really like that.
Yeah, that's right, fantastic. Now what about your reading experience? Because you had this kind of doubt at the very beginning of the course that reading shouldn't go like that. You should read, you should like go through every single little word or line. So tell me a bit more about this.
Yeah, when you told us about the technique, I thought it was very complicated and it should not be like that, but I tried it and it worked like magic.
Yeah. That was the skimming, the pulling out the idea of each paragraph.
Reading the questions first and answering question by question related to the every topic.
Single paragraph there.
Yes, paragraph. And the technique saves time. So and this in the IELTS, in the exam, it's all about time.
It is about time management, guys. And to be honest, to be able to manage time, you really need to know what you are doing. You can't just try so many things. You're gonna have to go through a systematic approach, and then I think time got managed well by yourself by the end of your training, or by the after you have done enough training. And you scored 8.5 in reading. Wow, wonderful. A Syrian person doing that is amazing. This is a living example of this. Good. And let's move on to the speaking section. I mean, we should be realistic. I mean, you're not satisfied by your speaking, but can you tell whoever is watching us now شو الشيء لازم يساووه يعني كمان يطلعوا يعملوا good score with speaking?
My problem with the speaking, I didn't practice enough on it because I was maybe sometimes embarrassed to ask someone to speak to me in English, and I practiced it the wrong way by writing. So work because I should have worked more on the technique, the prep technique.
Yeah, the prep technique.
Yeah.
Point, reason, example, and
Yeah.
point again.
In the exam, I was fluent. I had not much of ideas, so my answers were short.
So the thing you're talking about, the prep technique, whereby you have to really support your answer with an example, a reason or two,
Yeah.
just to stretch your answer and avoid short answers. So you realize that
Yeah.
short answers were the problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, but it's really good when you know what went wrong and what went right, and this is very important. But as far as speaking is concerned, I remember when I kept telling you guys you're gonna have to speak to one another for half an hour.
Yeah.
I think that helped you at the very beginning, didn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't work hard on it.
On it,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I regret it.
It's okay, it's good. But you scored good. I mean, 6.5 minimum in each of those components is something required by top scholarships around the world, but you got it. But it's all right, don't worry about it. I mean, I would score you 7 if I was to base your score on this conversation here. But that's all right. Finally, writing, which is the nightmare of so many people. Come on, you scored 7.5 in writing.
Yeah.
So, talking of writing again, there are task 1 and task 2. Task 1 هو business report, more like a business report. نحكي على academic eyes طبعا. طبعا بالإكزام كيف صار هيك الموضوع بالإكزام؟ Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, they gave us the first task, task 1. We worked on it, and something bad happened to me. The time was up before I finished half of the.
That was the
task
20
1.
minutes
Yes.
allocated for task 1.
Yes.
So it was up. They told you that it was up,
Yes.
but they
and
didn't take the
No.
answer sheet from
No.
you.
They gave us the second topic, and I just left the topic 1 and moved on.
Start
to,
on the topic 2.
Yes,
Right.
and this is about the domino effect.
Yeah,
I
yes,
think
the
you
domino
told us
effect. Yeah.
About just don't get confused if things didn't went get right with you.
تكتك عربي.
Yes.
Exam is over. Right?
Just move on.
Move on, yeah.
And if I had time, I would go back to the
And that's
task
what you
1.
did actually.
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
بس تحكينا شوي أكثر على التاسك 2 لأنه هي أكثر عليها 2/3 of the score. You did some plan at the very beginning,
Yes,
right? You did some
the
paraphrasing.
paraphrasing thing, and what I'm going to talk about, the reasons of my point of view,
Good.
and the evidence, and some examples.
So you supported
supporting, yes,
your evidence as well.
our research
Yes, good.
things.
You could do
and,
that, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You could support your evidences in so many ways. And because you trained hard, I think you told me that you did write more than 10 writing tests. You did more than 10 writing tests
Yeah.
before you go to the real test.
Yes.
And did that help you?
Of course, because when you are well trained on something, you do it better, faster, and
More efficient.
yes.
Okay, fantastic. That was a great experience. Any final thoughts, Yamam, للناس اللي بدها حدا بده يسكور high يعني aim 8 or possibly more?
Yeah, IELTS is all about hard working and using the techniques properly. Don't get stressed out. Just go and do your best.
Do your best.
Yeah.
And as a final note, Yamam's experience was, in terms of training, was spread over about 3 to 3.5 months
Yeah.
of training. IELTS, guys, is not like a flick of a switch. You train hard for a week and then you go for an 8 in the real test. It's going to have to be like a building blocks process and a very systematic process, and this is what you did. You told me something really nice about not doing much work a couple of days before the exam.
Yes, I stopped training a week before the exam, and I thought I would forget what I learned, but I just stopped it.
You wanted just to chill out
Yeah.
and leave all the stress down. And most importantly, you had a very good night's sleep before the test.
Yes.
That's a very good night. Very good night? No, it's a very good advice. Right, happens, tongue twisters. Anyways, Yamam, عن جد thank you ever so much for your experience. وإن شاء الله هيك يعني مين ما شافنا يستفيد من الاكسبيرينس تبعك. عن جد thank you ever so much, and I wish you all the success that you can ever imagine in life. Thank you.
Great.
It's great.